What's up, everybody? IB Gamer here, and today I would like to talk about what I consider to be the golden age of animation. If you ever have the time, I recommend going back and watching a whole bunch of those old animated movies and TV shows that you watched as a kid. Rewatching them again, you'll notice quite a few jokes that you did not catch the first time around.
He won 3 piston cups.
He did what in his cup?
Now, quite a few people are aware of this, but if you go back and watch those movies for a third or fourth time, then you might notice jokes that you just missed entirely, whether they were something that would go over your head as a kid or not.
Here, I'm the only stick with eyeballs.
And a great example of this is Phineas and Ferb. Phineas and Ferb is, in my opinion, one of the greatest TV shows of all time, because no matter what your age, there's always something in the show for you to enjoy. But if you go back and watch the show for a third or fourth time, you will notice quite a few things that you either didn't catch or just didn't register the first time you watched it. And for this video, I'm going to be counting down a few of my favorite things that I did not catch the first time around. I am IB Gamer, and this is my top 10, wait, what? Moments in Phineas and Ferb. In the episode titled Lost in Danville, Doofenshmirtz is kidnapped by another evil scientist. And after spending some time antagonizing the person who kidnapped him, the episode's mandatory song and dance number comes up. Doofenshmirtz asks for a beat, and suddenly music just starts playing from no real discernible music source. Even the villain starts looking around for it. After a few seconds, the lights begin to start changing colors, and an entire line of backup dancers march through an open door. It is this scene that is so confusing. Doofenshmirtz is kidnapped. He's in a completely different city. He's in a building that he does not know the location of, and somehow he gets an entire group of backup dancers to stroll into this secret headquarters in a city he doesn't even know he's in. This scene is so confusing that even the villain who kidnapped Doofenshmirtz calls him out on it.
How did you get chorus girls in here?
Hey, Union, they'll travel.
In the episode titled Split Personality, Candace is accidentally split in two by one of her brother's inventions. One version of her who's enamored with her boyfriend, and the other version of her who is obsessed with busting her brothers. The weird part of this episode has nothing to do with the fact that somehow her mother misses the fact that there's two of them.
Mom, Phineas and Ferb made me!
I've got some stretch marks that would say otherwise.
Or the fact that Phineas and Ferb decide that they should destroy their own creation. The weird part is, Candace clearly has some real issues that need to be worked out.
Phineas, Ferb, have you seen the other Candace?
We just saw her. She's driving away with Mom. If the molecular splitter doesn't just disappear when this is over, we should really consider destroying it.
Agreed.
In the episode titled Doof's Side of the Moon, the boys decide to create the world's tallest skyscraper, and eventually they make it so tall it literally stabs into the moon. The weirdest part of this episode is not the MC Escher floor or the fact that they sublet a floor. The weirdest part comes when the boys tell Irving's older brother Albert that he needs a pressure suit because there's no oxygen on the upper floors, which means at bare minimum, they are over 32,000 feet in the air in a building that was constructed within 5 minutes. So can someone please explain to me how that mouse hole got there? The episode titled The Monster of Phineas and Ferbstein is one of the weirdest episodes in Phineas and Ferb, and is basically a retelling of the Young Frankenstein movie. But the weirdest part of this entire episode has nothing to do with the actual story of the episode, but is instead the first 10 seconds of the episode.
Looks like a real summer storm. Well, our plan to stand alone in a field with a metal rod is out.
What on earth were they trying to do today? The new season of Phineas and Ferb might get some flack for its different animation style and bizarre first episode, but in an episode where Candace and Stacy go to Buford's garage in order to acquire unique materials, the new season also provides us with one of the strangest things we've ever seen in Phineas and Ferb.
Got any more in here?
In the episode titled The Boyfriend from 27,000 BC, the boys decide to wake up a caveman they found frozen in ice. But the weird part of this episode is actually what Phineas says right before they wake him up.
Fantastic. Think of all the practical applications a caveman can have in the modern world. Actually, besides politics, I can't think of anything.
In the episode titled Ain't No Kiddie Ride, the boys reverse engineer and soup up some actual kiddie rides in front of the mall. Candace, being Candace, tries to get in their way. And it is in this episode that we see one of those rare moments where Buford the bully actually behaves like a bully.
Got you this time. And to make sure this doesn't disappear, I'm going to sit here on the evidence till Mom comes back.
This is gonna be worth a quarter.
In the second part of the episode titled Where's Perry, the family goes to Africa, and after Carl is turned evil by one of Dr. Doofenshmirtz's inventions, Perry the Platypus finds himself in Africa as well. And why that, in and of itself, is a little strange, this one makes the number 3 spot because while it may not be a wait what moment, it is so hilariously funny that it needed to find itself on this list in the first place. In this scene, Doofenshmirtz is taking apart the plane that he is flying on in order to create a machine to turn Carl good again. And I put extra emphasis on he was flying on this plane.
We live! See, one day you're gonna look back on this and laugh.
I assure you, for the rest of my life, every time I look back on this, I will personally drive over to your house and smack you.
In the episode titled Happy Birthday, Isabella, the boys are planning a surprise party for Isabella, but she stumbles into their backyard in the middle of their preparations, so Phineas requests that Buford take Isabella out of their backyard. He does this by stuffing her in a sack and carrying her outside, and while he's carrying her, he says the most concerning thing I have ever heard a cartoon character say.
I've carried a lot of squirming bags in my time, but this is the first time I knew who was in it.
The number 1 spot goes to the episode Vanessary Roughness. It opens up with Dr. Doofenshmirtz and his daughter riding around on Doofenshmirtz's moped when a guy on a motorcycle pulls up and Dr. Doofenshmirtz does something that was not at all expected.
She's 16!
That man is dead. He died on screen. And they cover it up with Dr. Doofenshmirtz saying,
Ever since I installed the away emitter on my helmet, driving is fun again.
And that closes out my top 10, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you want to see more of these types of videos in the future, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you all. Be sure to like and subscribe. And once again, I still don't know what I'm doing.
Whew. I hope they do not have a male dancer popping out of it.
They asked, but they couldn't afford me.